Hello YouTube, it's me, iXu, and welcome to the first episode of iXu Chatters, where iXu is going to talk about random nouns and verbs while playing a video game. And this is totally the first time I tried recording this video. I totally didn't try to do a episode before this, so that way I could actually have some real content, or real new content on this channel that is much needed. And then halfway through go, what the hell am I doing with my life? But, existential dread aside, I figured a good place to start, not only in terms of what I'm going to be chattering about, but also just sort of where to start as a game, would be Warframe, a game that is very near and dear to my heart, and the topic of today's discussion is mainly just going to be where I've been. Like I said in the new channel trailer, I've been gone from this platform other than just viewing content on it for the last almost 9 years. And, I believe it actually says 9 years if I look on, the upload time for the last video I did before, which was a third part of a Fallout 3 Let's Play. And mainly I just, over those last 9 years, I've been working on me. I graduated high school in 2015, and so about a year after graduation, I'm trying to think of what I was doing at that point. Shortly after I went to high school, went to a sort of vocational sort of program to get a independent forklift certification. So yes, the iXu is forklift certified. And from there, I basically just started working immediately. I have not gone to college. Honestly, I've been considering it since it's been about 6 months since I lost my last job, and as much as, well, maybe not college, but I'm definitely eyeing some online courses I can take to get me some kind of skill that would make me more, more marketable, so to speak. But I also figured, in the meantime, I would maybe reboot my YouTube channel. And so, that kind of brings us to now. Sorry if you were expecting a much more personal and lengthy diatribe, but I mostly don't feel comfortable just yet with giving out loads of personal details. But I figured talking about sort of the basics while going through this literal haunted ship, sure, why not? So hopefully the gameplay isn't too distracting from what I'm saying. I know to be somebody who isn't familiar with this game, the visuals of high-end gameplay, or even just sort of mid-tier like what I'm doing, is it can basically just be a bunch of bright colors and moving shapes, and not really discernible from, but hopefully you can at least make vague ideas of what's going on, if not in the literal sense, then at least, you can at least find it entertaining to watch for pretty colors. Thinking of topics. How about next I talk about what inspired me to get this YouTube channel going again? Well, besides having a lack of anything else to do, besides apply for jobs and think about furthering my education in order to make it more likely that some random corporation would feel like giving me money in return for menial labor, I generally just sort of, I don't know, as much as a lot of the content on YouTube, the landscape of YouTube has changed over the years, I feel like in the sense of I am not trying to make this my full-time job, so I am less at the mercy of the algorithm. I more just want to make videos because I just want to make videos. I want to draw attention to things that I think are interesting, or at the very least, share kind of a love I have for gaming that, sure, isn't necessarily uncommon, but a casual approach. I say that. At some point, I do have a couple video essays I want to put out, but look, I could be the long talky, rambly, trying to convey a abstract idea to people YouTuber, and also I can be just the guy who makes just quick gameplay videos of games that they enjoy. I mean, there's nothing saying you can't. Jacob Geller, you could very easily make like a Doom 2016 playthrough. That I'm sure nobody would complain. You would just be entertaining to watch. But, at the same time, as much as, what am I even getting at with this? I kind of miss certain types of content on the platform, and so I just want to make more of that content since nobody else will. That's kind of what I'm getting at, really. If you want to note some inspirations, I guess, could be Yahtzee Crowshaw's old Let's Drown Out series he did with a buddy of his back in the day. I say back in the day, it was like, what? I think he stopped in like 2019 or so, because he was moving overseas, and, therefore couldn't easily couch co-op with said buddy. But, other than that, like, Nerd Cubed, big inspiration. And, like I said, things like Jacob Geller, Nexpo, Beam Buddy, kind of video, more like less gameplay focused, more just talky, video essay people. I've also been somewhat influenced by them over the years because there are various aspects of games that, while I may not be the most eloquent in terms of how I phrase things, I feel like I can still say something that's at least interesting, if not particularly fancy,
Corpus Goons are going back to Daddy Parvo's empty hand.
Yeah, great.
You sent them running.
You're gonna, There we go! I was wondering if that thing was gonna wake up. It's like, oh no, that wasn't a Void Angel. That was just a random statue that somebody put there. Which, that'd be a great fake out, actually. They have the model there, but it's actually just like a sculpture that somebody built. It's like, what? I just really like their aesthetic. I don't know. Warframe is full of characters who I could easily imagine doing that. I bet Barricatier has one of these in his living room. Don't question how he managed to get it in there. Just know that he did. Alright, hang on. I have to... I'm sorry, the commentary has slightly dried up because I actually need to lock it and think about it. Oop. There we go. Alright. Boop. And boop. Boop. Perish, demon. Alright. Alright. And now that that's done, we finish the mission. Um, yeah, that's I guess kind of what brought us here in a very long and rambly sort of way. Um, the YouTube curse is real, by the way. The idea that if you hit record, all of your speech ability just goes away. That honestly, I am a firm believer in that now, having made this video, because I am usually relatively good at speaking coherently when talking to friends online or like over the phone or um with, just other people in person, but as soon as I hit that record button, everything, just like almost my entire understanding of human speech just went out into the void. I don't know where it went. It's over with Wally now. Um, it's just gone. I don't know what happened. And as soon as I stop recording, it's going to do that. But in the meantime, something that I am going to do is I will actually, real quick, show you guys the build I used in the channel trailer, because I used a sort of... for visual coherency, I used a different build than what I do normally. I have the sleeper build here that I use. It's like a default color, mostly default gear. Um, but if you were to say look at the actual like mods put on it, it's much more heavily modded than what anybody who would normally be using just this gear would have. So it's yeah, that's how that works. I know what I'm doing in this game, honest. Anyways, I think I'm just gonna call the video there. Like I said briefly in... Actually, I don't even know if I said that in the trailer, but going forward, just assume I have no plan with these videos unless it's like something that is quite clearly scripted, like the channel trailer. Otherwise, it is going to just be iXu chattering. And hey, if you stick around for it, great. If not, well, hey, maybe I'll one day produce something you think is worthwhile. But until then, this is iXu, signing off. Take care.